All right, Greater Washington Urban League Back to School Festival, and Big Brother, you are here. What's up?
What's up,
Oh
man?
man, now this not your first one.
No,
Yeah,
definitely not.
that's how we doing it, right?
No, this is not my first one.
You're a black man
Yes, sir.
at a Back to School Festival. Tell us about that. Why is it important for you and your spirit to be here?
Well, because we got to give back to the community, man. You know, I'm a native of this community, Maryland and Virginia. Honestly, I lived in all three, which is a rare thing for anyone that's around here.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. I live in PG County, not too far from here right now. So being able to see so many of our community members coming out, receiving services, seeing what GWL has to offer, things like that are very important for the community, right? So,
man, because you've been around, everybody know you, but for the few people who don't know your name, give that to us and your social media handle.
Okay. So my name is Greg Wayne, right? Most people call me G Wayne. My social media handle is G.WXYNE. Instagram, y'all can check me out there.
Okay. Now, Black Fathers is with the Greater Washington Urban League. We're about that, getting fathers home, getting us trained, getting us supported. Can you have a father story, brother? I know you're not a dad yourself, but you got some men around you that helped you to be the man that you are.
Yeah.
Can you tell us one of those daddy stories?
Yeah. So, kind of bring the vibe down a bit. My father, he was a baby boomer.
Okay.
So, he was from the silent generation. So he was a much older guy.
All right.
But he had dementia for 13 years.
Wow.
It took him to his grave.
Yeah.
So, me and him didn't have the greatest relationship, but it was a relationship.
Yeah.
He was in the house. He wasn't a missing or absentee father at all.
There it is.
He was in the house, but because he's from that generation, there's a little bit of a separation from what goes on in the house and what the children do. Well, for me, I was his youngest, right? And everyone else was 20 to 25 years older than me.
You was his last blessing.
I was the last one.
Yes,
that's what I was told.
Yes, sir.
But
he slid that one.
That's what I was told.
And Pop's energy is through you. So what's that one thing that you think about it, you do it, you be like, my dad did this.
Well, how he treats people. He was the guy to give the sheriff his back. Now, one major thing I would say, my father was a correctional officer. With DC Corrections. Working in Lorton Penitentiary at the time until they closed down and he went to DC Jail. Now, the thing is, when my father got sick, obviously with dementia, you don't see. I mean, he don't remember people. He don't remember things, and we'll be out in the street sometimes at the grocery store, and he'll come across these former inmates. That's been locked up 20 years, 25 years, recently coming home on probation or parole, and they working at the grocery store. And he don't know them when he see them, but they'll just see him like, oh man, give him a real big hug, right? And they be like, they called him Wayne, because they in the law force they use the last names. And he was like, Wayne, man, you saved my life.
Wow.
And I heard that so many times. And then, once they realize that maybe something's going on with my father, they'll talk to me. And they'll say things like, man, you don't know, like, these are things that correctional officers are not supposed to do, by the way. But he's like, man, you don't know, it's like my grandmother. When I got locked up, I was taking care of my grandmother. That's how I got locked up, trying to get money for the house. And, we couldn't do the doctor's appointments no more. So then your father used to leave work and take my grandmother to the doctor's appointment. So it's things like that, and it's that selflessness that I get from him.
And you giving it. You up here on a Saturday giving love to everybody. I do mean everybody, right? So how does that grow you, the man, now?
For real, it's just me kind of living in my father's legacy at this point. It's not just him. Other men in my life, people that I consider to be older brothers and stuff like that, was very selfless because they poured into me when they didn't have to. But definitely it's just coming out because it's like the legacy that I want to keep pushing forward as we, continue down this path of righteousness in the greater Washington area.
Got it. So this shirt says fathers are not options, right?
Yep.
Not an option. What does that mean to you, brother?
That means you have to be present. Not just as a father, as a big brother, as a role model, as a male figure in a young person's life, or anyone's life, actually. You have to be present, you have to be active, and you have to be attentive. That's the things that's what I always was led to believe that's what strong black men are to do in the community anyway, right? through situations that's not of our own doing and things like that, it kind of got turned around a little bit to some people in some spaces. But honestly, like, if it's going to be not an option, then you have to make sure it's not an option, and you have to step up and do the right thing.
From that neighborhood, from that set that you still walk in, that neighborhood that still knows you, those brothers who have not figured it out yet, what word of wisdom can you give to them?
Well, okay. This might be a little bit
real talk.
This might be real talk.
We gotta go to those spots in the hood that we know we're still home in, right? And tell the true story. Because they might not hear it from somebody else. They're gonna hear it from you.
Treat your child right. Because one day you're going to need them. Yeah. And they're going to remember everything that you didn't do for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it might be the reason why they don't do it for you.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a 100. Brother, I want to thank you for not just being here, but remember the legacy, remembering the energy of your father, your dad, right?
Yes.
And you continue to give that to the world through your own actions.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, bro.
Thanks for having me.
All right.